All right. Welcome in, Nagy Nation. It's Phil Nagy joining you here today for some Week 18 Browns sim action. Sadly, the last time we will see the Browns in this season before getting to the playoffs, of course. But excited to see if they can finish it off in a big way. Welcome in, Mitchell. Welcome in, Applied. But excited to have everybody with you there. Is Kenny Pickett coming out of the tunnel. But excited to have this final sim of the regular season. In some ways the season goes really long, and in some ways it feels like it just started. Hey, George, welcome in as well. But we'll see what we can do here. Browns are going to be in white over orange. Did see that earlier today, so we at least got the jersey combination correct. No Jadeveon Clowney, of course, as we know. Chance for Chase Winovich to slot in with the starters. Also see plenty of Alex Wright, of course, as well. Deshaun Watson there, hopefully putting together 4 good quarters. We saw, I think, 2 really good quarters of him at the end of that Commanders game there in the second half. So we'll see if that can translate in. But without further ado, let's get this one popping. Again, appreciate everybody being on and joining me for this one. An old-fashioned double. Total leather from Cade York here at Acrisure Stadium. Of course, formerly Heinz Field, and that's going to be Gunnar Olszewski. He'll try the right side, and he'll be taken down right at the 20 by Tony Fields. So coming out onto the field, Kenny Pickett, of course. Up and down season. He has had a couple of game-winning drives, which has been pretty impressive for him as a young rookie, but in general, struggling, as you might imagine for a rookie. I'm not sure that they definitely say that he's going to be the future and he's going to be elite for them. Somebody had pulled up a comparison I saw this week that he's essentially has, in 3 more games, is sort of essentially on the same path that Cody Kessler was on for the Browns that one season. So I'm not sure necessarily that's what you want to say about it. But anyway, he is the quarterback. Of course, played his college football in the same exact stadium at the University of Pittsburgh as well. He'll stretch it to the right side on a second down to Najee Harris, and the Browns will stack it up. Great stop there by the run defense. Deion Jones right in the middle of that. Welcome in, Mason. Welcome in, James. And it's a 3rd and 9 now. Pickett back to pass. He'll fire over the middle. Oh, it's almost picked off by Denzel. He had beaten the route. Looked like it was being thrown to Denzel, and actually you should have intercepted that, Denzel, as he was covering Pickens, that Pickett to Pickens connection. I can see it on billboards all over Pittsburgh over the next 4 or 5 years, assuming both players continue to develop. All right. Deshaun now getting his final instructions from Kevin. He'll head out onto the field. This is what he has done again in those simulated statistical games. 13 touchdowns, 3 picks, as he's been a lot better in the sim, at least, than he has started in real life. Because, in Madden, you just plug a new player in and they're perfect and they don't have any growing pains or chemistry issues or things along those lines. So here he comes now out on the field. Nick Chubb is going to play for us. Didn't decide to bench him. Again, maybe they end up benching him tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. 3-step drop. He'll stand there and he'll fire a wobbly pass. DPJ to the 50, 45, 40. Breaking tackles past the 40 and into Steeler territory. How about that for an opening play? Throws it to an open. Looked a little wobbly. He stood in that pocket. Looked like maybe his arm hit a lineman on the follow-through, but gave enough time for that drag route to that dig route from left to right from DPJ to materialize. And he was able to complete it for a nice gain and a 1st down. Now they'll go Kareem left side. First play of the game, and he'll run into TJ Watt and Miles Jack for no yards. TJ Watt, of course, will be playing against James Hudson for the most part at the top of that line. That's certainly a matchup worth watching. He's going to go 1 week 1. He gets right around him, but he goes right side, finds it. Oh, and a big hit by Edmonds. Terrell Edmonds, and it breaks it up as DPJ was open, and Watson found him right away in that gap. But it's knocked out of his hands, and now a second knock out of his hands. That's David Bell, who tried to go up for that one, and the Browns will stall after that 31-yard completion to Donovan Peoples-Jones. He will try Cade York from 53. York's kick is up, and York's kick is good for the Browns, so they'll take a 3-0 lead. They force a 3-and-out for the Steelers, then they drive down 31 yards on one pass to DPJ. And then they will stall and kick the field goal there. Hey, Diablo, welcome in. Crybaby Clowny. Hope everything's going okay across the pond, my friend. Wendell, welcome in. Mason, that's a good call. I don't know if they... Whoop, I'm looking down at the comments. What happened? Tony Fields scored a touchdown. I completely missed it. Let's see what happens. It looked like a scoop and score from Fields into the end zone. Will it count? Hey, Kevin the Fox, welcome in. Tony Fields. Are we gonna? I'm not touching the controller in case they try to run this one back, but I was looking down at the comments, and we will get a booth review here on the kickoff return, a scoop and score from Tony Fields. We'll get a closer look. Oh yeah, he's very down. He just kind of took it out of it. He just took it out of his lap after he'd been tackled. I didn't even think he fumbled. Though I guess it did kind of come out of his hand. And then Fields picks it up. Well, I apologize. I'm sitting down there looking at comments and welcoming in Diablo and Wendell and Kevin the Fox. And then no dice. Okay. And somehow we've switched sides of the field in the process. Wasn't this the same direction the Browns were just going? Somehow in that turnover, they flipped the field. What sort of weird Madden glitch is this? Like, seriously, weren't they just going the other direction? That's going to be a drop, actually, as Pickett starts 0 for 3. I swear, they're going the different direction now. 3rd and 10. Pickett with triple tight ends to the right side. Browns rush 4. Pressure coming, but it's taken care of. Miles gets there late, and he'll complete it, but it's actually out of bounds and incomplete. 0 for 4 to start the game. We could be on our way to a glitch game part 2. Here's Presley Harvin, the punter. Second punt of the day. Here's Jalen Darden at his own 40. So the Browns are going to get good field position. Nice move by Darden to the 50. And he'll go down at the 48 into Steeler territory where he's tackled by Miles Killebrew. I don't know, Wendell. I don't know. I do not know, Sam I am. Quick throw left side. He's got the Chief at the 45 and pushed out of bounds to the 42. Nice throw and catch there. Keeps them on track. Nick Chubb now lines up in the shotgun next to Deshaun. Snap back from Posick. Here comes Chubb right up the middle. Trying the middle, and he'll be real close. They'll say 3rd and inches. He needed 3, and he got about 3. Back to pass. Watson. First down. Got it. Just needed a couple of inches, and he got a yard or 2 to the Chief. Easy throw and catch for a first down. Browns now inside the 40 to the 37. Who's not playing? Mason, did I miss something? Hey, Calvin, welcome in. Both our British friends joining us here today. Watson stepped up in the pocket before getting sacked by Larry Ogunjobi. Oh, yes, Clowney's not playing. I got Clowney out. I thought you were talking about somebody else. Yes. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about like Chubb or something like that. Yes, no, Clowney will not be in this game. I took him out. And you'll see Chase Winovich on the other side. Third and 3 now, right into him. That's TJ's first sack. Probably won't be his last as he gets around, and ironically they show Myles Garrett right after that play. But he'll get around James Hudson, and the Browns will have to settle for another 50-plus yard field goal. Here's York from 52, but going the other direction. And his kick is up, and it is missed. Well, he's inaccurate from this, apparently going this direction. Kick had plenty of leg, but he pushed it wide to the right. So, back into the hands of the Steelers, gives them a touch of momentum for sure. Oh, I see, James. I got you. That makes more sense. Second and 3 now, back to pass. Pressure coming from Miles. Pickett steps up and fires left side. Tipped, and then not going to be picked off because JJ3 was in the process of knocking the receiver to the ground. Had he picked his head up, he may have had a nice, easy interception now. 3rd and 3. They do a quick little hitter to the left side. That's Freiermuth, the tight end. And the first down of the game for the Steelers offense comes with 7:57 on the clock. And yes, we the Clowney saga, and then Miles' interview yesterday, and then whatever. Dude wants to try to air his own personal dirty laundry. And now it comes out that like he would like refuse to go on the field on 1st and 2nd down in some of the other games, citing an injury. But now we maybe know why. So whatever, good riddance. If you don't want to be here, I think you'll find the market not quite as receptive as you think it will be this offseason. But you can take your $10 million and your 2 sacks with you. Pressure, firing right side, caught, touchdown! What a throw and catch! Miles Boykin, wow, Pickett just threw a prayer to the right side, and Miles Boykin goes up over the top. Was that Denzel? I lost the number in coverage. We're gonna get a replay. Rolling to his right, throws a prayer to the right side, and it is the Warden, and he's beaten by Miles Boykin, and just like that, the Steelers take a 6-3 lead. Sheesh. Hey, welcome in, Rick. I will say it is, James, it is, uncharted territory. There's no, as Troy Vincent said from the PA, like there's no playbook for this, so obviously, especially now in Ohio, like I had some gambling money on the like the gambling dollars, the TV dollars, the TV ads that weren't played, the records that are all going to be a little bit wish-washed, a lot of things got affected by it, but I do think that, making sure the young man is alive, is Watson's going to boot right into a second Watt sack now. So Watt's on pace for a 6-burger here today. But I don't think they really had any choice. I mean, it was the right thing to do, and I'm glad that he's doing well. We talked about it earlier when we did the Bills and Bengals sim, but pretty wild. It was the right call, but it has a lot of ripple effects, yeah. And the Bengals apparently being upset that nothing ever goes their way. Sean's just going to throw this one away, and they will punt. No, I'm sure Clowney will get signed somewhere. I just don't think it's going to be for the number that he thinks he's worth. That's all I meant. He'll absolutely play somewhere, but he's not going to get 15, 16 million a year to do it. I would be shocked if he did. That's all I'm saying. I think that's what he thinks. It's like, I'm good enough. I can do what I want. I can play when I want. That was a gross drive. I'm with you. All right. Little momentum going the Steelers' way now. Let's see if the Browns can get a spark here on defense. Pickett play action, throws left side. Nice swift tackling. JJ3 and Marvin Harrison. I wish. Ronnie Harrison over there to make the tackle of Pat Freiermuth. Oh, you said Applied said he would retire. I missed that. Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on who wants him, how much they're willing to give him, and if he still wants to play. I'm sure he's got plenty of money. 3rd and 1 up the middle, Harris, and he'll have the first down. Togiai was there, but he did get a 2-yard gain. He just needed 1. Therefore, first down, Steelers at their own 40-yard line. Sorry about that, Mason. The comments were coming faster than I was able to read them. It'll be interesting, James. I don't know. Do your guys in Carolina want him? Do you guys in Carolina want him? That's one of the more obvious choices. Indianapolis. If Denver makes the move, does he go to Arizona? Does Sean McVay leave? Does he go to the Rams? I mean, there's a lot of interesting potential options. Little pistol look here. They'll go to Harris, and he's up the middle again. Ball's out. It's going to be picked up by the lineman. Oh, it looks like Harris actually got it back himself. And a first down for the Steelers. Oh, no, I appreciate it. Trips to the right side now, right at midfield. They'll go Harris again, and he'll run right into Miles. Breaks the tackle, but it gives time for the cavalry to show up. A.J. Green will finish the TFL, but Miles absolutely pistol whipping Okafor, the right tackle, getting into the backfield and helping a big TFL. Oh, most people want to keep Wilkes. Interesting. I mean, you guys have played hard for him. He had such a raw deal as that one's going to be knocked away. Good coverage there by MJ Emerson. He got such a raw deal in Arizona. 3rd and 16 now, back to pass. Setting up screen to the right side. Browns feel it, sense it, and get there in time. Delpit, Bryan, and Ward all in the vicinity, and 4th and 12 is the result, and I have to imagine that Harvin will come on to punt, and he will. I don't know. I think maybe for people like Harbaugh, he's had success in the NFL, and I think it's getting increasingly difficult to be a college football coach just because of, not only are you recruiting new guys like you've always had to do, high school kids, now you're recruiting your own guys to stay. You're working the portal to take care of your drops. And you're managing all this NIL stuff, and it's just such a difficult thing to do. You have to have, I think you got to be the right kind of person. I think that's why some of these stories about Ryan Day giving up play calling, it's not because he's not a good play caller. They had the best offense in the NCAA the last 2 years, statistically speaking. I mean, he's an elite play caller, but at some point it's just so much he can't manage the whole program and basically captain the offense at the same time. So we'll see what happens there. So 3rd and 6, but we'll do it on the other side of the quarter break. 7-3. Steelers lead on kind of a Hail Mary of a throw from Kenny Pickett to Miles Boykin, and now the Browns will be turned around and facing the direction that they originally started at. Pressure coming, right side, tipped and out of bounds as he went for Cooper. I don't think Cooper would have had an opportunity to get his feet in bounds even if it had been on him. That ball was a little bit overthrown, and so Pahorquez will come in to punt again. Nice punt from Corey now, taken inside the 30 by Olszewski, and he'll go down. Tay David, on the tackle. Kenny Pickett onto the field now. 14:48 left in the first half. Phil Nagy joining you here on Nagy on Sports. Appreciate everybody being on. The Orange Bowl. Right side, throw it, caught, nope, out of bounds. 6 of 13 for Pickett, a pretty gross start for him as well. Again, just has that one kind of bailout through a prayer, and Boykin caught it. Pressure coming, Pickett. He'll throw this one out of bounds as he felt the footsteps of Miles coming hard behind him. 3rd and 10. The quickest 3 and out I've ever seen. Back to pass, Pickett. Pressure this time is taken care of. Now he'll go short. Harris, can he make a man miss? He can. He'll throw Newsome to the ground and fight his way for an extra 6 yards, and that will net him the first down. Najee Harris out of the backfield, a dangerous weapon with his hands as well. And you had him short right there, Newsome, and look at Harris just shoved him out of the way. 1st and 10 Steelers as they cross midfield. Back to pass, 3-step drop. Now he'll go more. Now he'll wiggle because pressure's coming from Miles. He'll throw it. He's got his man, though. It's Pickens. Pickens found a hole in the zone and was able to come back yesterday. And another first down for the Steelers, and they are driving right now. Browns defense needs to stand up. Big drop for Pickett again. Fires short little screen across the middle. That's the first touch of the day for Deontay Johnson, and he's got 8 yards inside the 30. Look at Kenny Pickett. Harris versus our run D. Yeah, very much could be Diablo. Pressure up the middle. I haven't seen the forecast. Is it supposed to be okay in Pittsburgh tomorrow? We're not looking at another snow bowl or cyclone, bomb cyclone or whatever, are we? Pickett right side on 3rd and 2, and a great play by Deion Jones. Reaches far and gets that right hand up. Jalen Warren, the running back, was the target. And Deion Jones makes a great play, and the Steelers are going to go for it here. 4th and 2 now. They go heavy set. 3 tight ends and a fullback. They give it to Watt up the middle, and Derek Watt's got the first down on a 5-yard carry. Had to feel that one coming And the Browns were bullied at the point of attack. Stop me if you've heard that one before. 1st and 10 now, Steelers. Wendell, I'm not sure what his rating is. I can't see the ratings right away without having to stop the game. Now pressure coming from Pickett, and he'll throw it away out of a sack. Good pressure. He's 9 of 19 for 100 yards, so probably somewhere in the 70s or 80s, I would guess. Hey, John, welcome in. Good to have you on, brother. Across the middle, that's Olszewski, and tackled by Deion Jones. Sets up another 3rd and short. Back to Pat. Nope, just kidding. He'll give it left side. Harris, 1st down again. This has been a long, time-consuming drive with lots of short 1st downs achieved. This Browns defense is huffing and puffing now. Got to get a stop. Thank you. 41, partly sunny. We'll take it. We'll take it for a January football game. 2nd and 6 now. Looks like they can get a 1st down like at the 1-inch line. That's weird. Pressure coming right up the middle. They blitzed right side. It's picked off! JJ3! He jumps the route of Freiermuth, and the Browns get a big turnover in the red zone. JJ3 in coverage on that tight end. Jumps the route perfectly. Look at that beautiful reaction to it. Was able to attack the ball because he knew he had Denzel behind him, and a great catch by JJ3. 1st down, Browns, let's go. Let's get some rhythm going. Let's get some offense going. Hunt to the right side, and he'll get 1. 2nd and 9. Chubb and Hunt. They'll go Chubb, right side. He'll try the middle. Now he'll break a tackle. Now he'll get to the 25-yard line, and that's where he's thrown down. 3rd and 6 now for the Browns. They need a conversion badly. Back to pass. Watson. Now he'll fire. Good throw, and then knocked out of his hands. The Chief again had it right in his hands and then just swatted away. Good defense. Looked like Arthur Millette, the nickel corner over there on that side, and the Browns will have to punt again. So yeah, Wendell, we talked about it a little bit during the Bills-Bengals sim as well. I would actually be okay with them just sitting Chubb. I mean, I guess it depends on what happens today. If Josh Jacobs gets hurt or gets like 2 yards rushing, then maybe you try to give him a chance for the rushing title. But I think he's like 160 behind Jacobs right now. Plus you're going to have, I think he's still behind Derrick Henry maybe. Or maybe he's 2nd right now. But Derrick Henry will play this afternoon as well. And it's a good tackle for loss there. Mason just wears his heart on his sleeve with his comments. And I think, I mean, I would probably tend to agree with him that this is their last chance to try to get Watson humming as best they can. So I don't know if they're going to throw it a million times or whatever, but I think you'll see more balance / throwing than you have, especially with the weather conditions being 41 and mostly sunny. But that doesn't mean they couldn't give the ball to Nick Chubb for 200 yards. I'm not sure that they should. I would rather save him. To be honest, it's always been about 23. We talked about that earlier as well. 2nd and inches now, 3-step drop. Pressure coming, he'll throw it deep. End zone, tipped away and almost picked. He tried to kind of swat that back to his safety. Delpit was there as Newsome swats the ball. Motion coming from Freiermuth. He'll kind of tuck right behind the right guard. They'll play action out of it. Winovich coming hard, but they're able to throw it to Freiermuth, who had lined up as a fullback. Good play call there. And a 1st down now into the red zone for the Steelers. It feels like they've had the ball this entire 2nd quarter. John likes to tell jokes. It's got to do something with their trunks. That's something with her. He's our resident joke teller. As Miles will get home, he doesn't bite on the play action, and he'll sack Pickett back to the 27. I don't know, John. Why do you never see elephants hiding in the trees? because they're so good at hiding in the trees. That's funny. That's why you never see them, because they're so good at it. Turnover coming the way of the Browns, by the way. An interception while we're answering the joke of the day. And Kareem Hunt will get thrown down. They just can't get anything going on offense. Sorry, that's the second turnover I missed. This one was the Warden. Great pick by the Warden, by the way. And now it's a 2nd and 10. Browns have got to get something going on offense. Their poor defense needs it. Back to pass. Watson. He'll roll to the right. He'll dump it short out of the backfield, and they'll actually lose 3 yards on the completion to the Chief. What is happening on offense right now? Now, John's always there with the dad jokes on the channel. 3rd and 14. Watch out, Highsmith! And they'll safety sack him. Alex Highsmith, there's your boy, James, your Charlotte 49er. And Highsmith just absolutely pistol whips Jed Wills. And looks like he didn't even feel him coming. And now 9-3, and this has not been the Browns' quarter. It has been offensive. You are exactly right. I just feel this defense has been on the field the whole darn quarter. They've got to be exhausted. 3:30 to go on the clock. Hey, Fellergren, welcome in. Pressure coming now up the middle. Harris is able to get just 2. 14 carries, 29 yards. Dude's already got 14 carries in the game. But yeah, we just cannot get anything going. I've always felt that the Browns, even as far back as our original Sims, pressure coming from the backside, and it's Winovich. Chase Winovich will get home, and he's got a sack today. He's going to be playing a lot tomorrow for the no longer Cleveland Brown Clowney, essentially. 3rd and 20 now. Browns need a big stop here. Pressure coming from Miles, and he'll get home. Sack him back to the 15. Call timeout, Kevin. Call timeout? I would call timeout. This one will take it down to the 2-minute warning. Browns will have 3 timeouts in 2 minutes. And they should get pretty good field position as Harvin is basically on his own goal line. They will not come after the punt, setting up a return. Darden waits for it, and Fair catches it at his own 38-yard line. Browns with a chance to get some points here to end the half, and they do get the second half kick as well. Let's try to get some offense humming here, please. Let's go. Trips to the left side. They move him over that way. Back to pass. Watson, he'll roll. He'll fire on the run. Oh, incomplete. It looked like it was right at the receiver. What happened to the receiver? 4 for 10 for Deshaun in the first half, much like the first half against Washington. Back to pass. Watson. He'll roll again. Now he'll spin. Now he'll fire back across the middle, and it's caught by DPJ. First down at the 50. And the Browns will go no huddle here. Back to pass. Good protection that time. Watson, deep left side. Caught by Cooper. Inside the 15 at the 13. First down, Browns into the red zone. They'll go no huddle again, saving 2 timeouts. 3 receivers to the right side. One of them is that man right there, David Bell, rather, to the 5, and they call their second timeout. Second and 2, they go trips to the right side, shove on the left hip. Maybe they'll run it with him. Nope, they'll back to pass again. Watson, now he'll roll, and Watt's there for his 3rd sack. Basically, they're going to say a half at some point, but he'll sack him. And are they going to go no huddle? They are. I actually like the no huddle here. Don't waste the timeout. Watson again, over the middle, caught, touchdown, Cooper! The Browns strike quickly. How about that for some 2-minute offense? As Cooper's into the end zone, and we're an extra point away from taking the lead. Good play there. And a touchdown pass from Watson to Amari Cooper. No replay. Fine. They don't want to show the replay. So, James, he is the end in the base defense. But then when they go to their, nickel defense, he shifts inside. That's the only way to keep him on the field because they got Highsmith and Watt on the ends, so they have Hayward and Ogunjobi in the middle. Good drive scoring. Just 17 seconds left for Pickett. He does have 3 timeouts. Boswell, pretty solid leg. We'll see how aggressive that Tomlin chooses to get here. And the Browns will get the second half kick. And they will just go ahead and hand it off, and Taven Bryan is waiting there with open arms, like Steve Perry. And that will be it for the first half. 10-9 Browns with a nice comeback, a nice 2-minute drive there at the end of the half. They lead 10-9, but it was a struggle, specifically in that second quarter for the Browns. They do get the second half kick, however. No, what I was trying to say before the 2-minute drive, because they didn't run, is I think just in general, dating back even to our very first season of Sims, the Browns do not run as well against base 3-4 teams for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's just like something built into the game. They always run better against 4-3 teams. Thank you, James. I try. First and 10. Here comes Kareem. He'll try the right side out, breaking a little tackle, and then Waddle grab on and throw him to the ground, give him a gain of 4. Even 4 is a good start to the drive. Now Chubb, left side, breaking a tackle, breaking a second tackle, stays on his feet, and he'll get forward progress to the 17, sets up a 3rd and 3. Mason and the Sims, that's been very difficult for us to play a full 60 minutes. Tomorrow would be really nice if we did as a real team, as they try to run it on 3rd and 3, and Kareem Hunt is going to lose, just gain a yard. I like the idea of running occasionally on 3rd and 3, but I don't know if that's the play that I would have called, and now it's a 4th and 2, and they'll go 3 and out. So here we are right again. Browns offense struggling when they're trying to stay in rhythm in terms of the amount of times they hand the ball off, which again is my own fault. I start up all the running plays to get them to run the ball more, but it's been slow going on the ground so far here today. Hey, Mark, welcome in. Yeah, Wendell, I agree with that. It's a good point. A lot of dancing in the backfield, very little hole hitting aggressively from the Browns running backs here so far. Play action pass, Pickett, pressure coming from Miles, so fire over the middle. He's got a wide open Deontay Johnson. MJ Emerson was in that trail position, but the pressure didn't get home, and so Johnson flashed wide open in front of Pickett, and he'll complete that pass inside the 40 already. 10-9, Browns lead again. That 2-minute drive right at the end of the half scored that touchdown. Watson to Amari Cooper, and it was a really, really nice drive. Left the Steelers with just 17 seconds left in the half. They essentially conceded the half. Now here comes Harris right side. That one's open for a first down again. He's quietly up to 39 yards and another first down for the Steelers. Yep, you're right, James. They have. Nick Chubb has looked better in this version of the game, I will say. But yes, in general, the running game is a little bit broken as Pickett's going to get hit as he throws it out of bounds. He felt Winovich on that backside. Dan Moore, the left tackle, struggling with Winovich so far here in pass pro, which will need a big game from Winovich tomorrow. And there he is right there, number 69, blowing up that running play, 3rd and 7. Just under 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Kenny Pickett on their first drive of the half. Back to pass. Miles coming. He'll fire. End zone. Caught, but shoved out of bounds. And actually didn't end up catching it, but it wouldn't have been a touchdown anyway because MJ Emerson did exactly what you're supposed to do. Shove him out of bounds, and they will settle for Boswell. And Boswell's kick is up and is good, and the Steelers retake the lead. 12-10. Yes, Mason is not a Buckeye fan, John. I don't know. I stood in line for 2 hours to get Braylon Edwards' signature when he was a Cleveland Brown. I like Donovan Peoples-Jones. So would I like to have a lot of Buckeyes on the Browns? Absolutely, but I don't not root for guys from Alabama or LSU or Georgia or Michigan or something like that. So no, we cheer for the laundry as just TJ Watt walks into Watson. What's going on here? Oh, Hudson just whiffed.
James Hudson absolutely getting abused. Diablo, that's funny. He did not. I paid for it. I actually paid like $150. I stood in line for like 2 hours, and he signed a jersey for me. But no, he did not drop the pen. But no, I mean, we've said plenty of times, John. I mean, even with, like, I'm not a huge fan of the personal decisions that Deshaun Watson has chosen to make. First down throw, beautiful throw and catch for the Chief, and he's pushed out of bounds to the 50. Like, as a human being, as a man, as a person, like, you know, he's not my favorite person, but I cheer for the Laundry, and he's the quarterback of my football team. So where they go to college usually doesn't matter once they're wearing brown and orange. Pistol look here. That was a nice throw and a beautiful run after the catch. Now here's Chubb up the middle to the 40, to the 35, and that time it was almost like they threw to set up the pass. That's great. Diablo, that's great that he dropped the pen. That was amazing. Yes, and I am an absolutely huge Buckeye fan, John. And it would be awesome if they drafted a lot of Buckeyes, because I think that Ohio State develops players well. Here's Kareem to the right side, and he'll get a nice big run. So I dropped in the Discord a little bit earlier. The Saints completely restructuring Mike Thomas's deal because they're just basically going to cut him. Would you take Michael Thomas on the Browns, like on a 1-year prove-it deal next year? Speaking of Buckeye receivers. Good balance now for the Browns. 15 runs, 15 passes, and yes, those last 2 runs have been much better now. Watson, he'll step up in the pocket, throws right side, caught inside the 10, caught inside the 5, and it's Donovan Peoples-Jones coming back to the ball. Does a nice job of bodying up the receiver, or the defensive back, and not letting him get around it, and that sets up a 1st and goal now at the 4 for the Browns. Nick Chubb in the zone. We'll take that as well. Pharaoh Brown checks in there as well. They'll go stretch it right side to Chubb, and he'll pick up a couple. Just one, rather. 2nd and goal from the 3. Turn around. Kareem up the middle, and he's not going to get there. He gets one more. Now they'll spread him out 4 wide. And Kareem on the left hip. Try to spread him out, maybe run it up the middle. That's exactly what they're going to do. Kareem Hunt, and he's down at the 1. Apparently down at just the 1-yard line. Highsmith over there on the tackle, and it's 4th and goal. What does Kevin do? He's going to go. Let's go. Wow. Heavy set in there. Kareem Hunt in front of Nick Chubb. They'll turn around and give it to Chubb. Spinning. They're going to say he's short. I don't know how he didn't get in there. He was in, he spun, he twisted, he bent around. And they're going to say they're not even going to review it. Steeler ball. Wow. I thought he was in for sure. Nick Chubb denied at the goal line, and now Harris will pick up 7 quick yards to get them out of danger. Sheesh. They ran it. They ran Chubb just like you asked for, Fellegren. But no power again. I think that wall picked up by Jones. They're going to get the touchdown anyway. Deion Jones says, give me a new deal. Let me play in Vic Fangio's 3-4 next to Anthony Walker in the middle as he jumps the route and he picks it off. Beautiful play. And he gets the touchdown that maybe Nick Chubb should have had. I think we got screwed out of the spot as well, but Madden giveth and then Madden taketh away, and then Madden giveth right back. That pick 6 from Deion Jones, and that jacks the momentum way to the Browns side. They now leave 17-12 with 5:11 to go in the game. He's had a couple little flashes here there, Deion Jones. I'm not sure what kind of number he wants to come back. I think he's got like a crazy deal, so he would have to completely restructure. They can cut him without any penalty, but I know that like the Falcons are still going to be paying him like $11 million for the next couple of years. Like they paid a bunch of money for him right after his rookie deal ran out. All right, so 17-12 now. This game's starting to get a little bit more interesting in the second half. So we've had back-to-back touchdowns. And it's a safety. We got a safety in the game as well for the Browns. Watson was sacked as they try to go screen to the right side, and it's blown up for a loss of 5. Myles Garrett, let's go. Read that one beautifully, and now a 3rd and 8.
as that momentum definitely feels like it has swung back to the Cleveland sideline. Pickett now back to pass on a 3rd and long. Miles coming, so is Winovich right at the sticks, but he's short, and actually he didn't even catch it at all. He was out of bounds, incomplete, and so Harvin will come in to punt. Browns will get the football. You did, Wendell, you called it. Second half thus far belonging to the Browns, as Harvin will kick this one out of bounds at the 36. Decent field position for Watson and company coming back onto the field. 3:57 to go. Phil Nagy joining you here for Nagy on Sports. Appreciate everybody being on. They'll boot to the right side. He doesn't boot right into a sack this time. Levels concept Bryant. 50, 45, 40. Harrison Bryant inside the 40 to the 38. How about that? That's that boot action levels concept. And when you don't boot right into a sacking TJ Watt, you can move the chains nicely. He's got that short one there with Njoku. There's the second one, and you can see Cooper was the 3rd one. And then Donovan Peoples-Jones on the clear out on the right side. That is a beautifully drawn up play, and about as easy as the offense can get, assuming you block that end on the right side. He did. It certainly did look like he took 2 quarters. Now they do a little RPO maybe, I don't know, or a fake. Now they'll throw it short to the right side to the Chief, and he'll actually lose yards again. It's the second completion of the Chief out of the backfield where he's lost 2 yards. 2nd and 13. Here comes Chubb now left side, breaks a tackle, breaks a second one. Oh, a big stiff arm, and then we get a flag late. Not sure what this is going to be. Oh, they're going to call a face mask on the Steelers, as well as Minkah Fitzpatrick gets in there. He's tired of Chubb shoving his teammates around, and actually grabs him by the face mask. So a big 1st down run and some yardage on top of that. 1st and 10 now from the 18-yard line. Short throw right side, caught. Short gain to the Chief. 2nd and 7. Little bunch to the left side. Watson under center. Blitz right up the middle, and Watson's not going to be able to get around it. Devin Bush blitzed right up the A-gap, and just nobody felt it. Nobody saw him. I mean, he was in there even before Kareem Hunt could get around to help out. He was in there 2.7. Anything under 3 seconds is really, really fast to get to the quarterback. Now a 3rd and 12 now, as this drive has suddenly changed. Drag across the middle to Bell, and that just gives you a little bit easier field goal. Watson now 14 of 20. Remember, he was 4 of 10, so he's completed 10 straight now. Has Deshaun Watson. And they'll settle for a field goal that will make it a touchdown plus 2-point conversion lead for the Browns. 32-yard chip shot for Cade. It's up and it's good for Cade York. Appreciate everybody being on again. Phil Nagy on Sports. Thank you so much to my subscribers. You guys are the best. We're over 880 strong here on the channel. If you haven't had a chance to sub yet, we'd really appreciate it. If you got a secondary Gmail account, that you use for spam, or your wife's shopping network or something, hey, go log into that real quick and sub to the channel as well. We're not above it, but we're trying to get up to 1,000 so that YouTube will put us on the payroll. We've got plenty of views for it. Just need another 110 or so subscribers. But we really appreciate that. Hope everybody's having a great start to their new year as well. Obviously, the Browns season not going the way that we all wanted it to, but we will continue to sim. Should be an exciting season for the Cavs. We'll jump back into some Cavs sims. And then we'll run the playoffs live, of course, as well, as that one looks like maybe a hold coming back. And it is going to be a hold. Steelers will go backwards. And then, of course, as soon as the real season is over, Kit and I will go through with our, we'll do a virtual off season, and we'll jump right back into 2023 with these Browns and see what they can potentially look like in the fall, which is always fun to do. And we try to get that done before the draft, before we know who goes where, and we always fall in love with players that we draft. Calvin, yeah, I mean, at the time it certainly felt like, man, this could come back and bite us, and we don't know exactly how it would have gone. Being 9-8, winning this game tomorrow doesn't guarantee anything. Other things needed to happen as well, but yeah, it feels like that one was the really big one. The really, really big one that bit us. It's a good defense again for the Browns. They're going to force a punt here as we flip it over into All right. 20 and 22-12. Here's the score here. Give it up the middle, Kareem. And he's just stuck in the backfield. Kareem Hunt, 11 carries, 33 yards. Chubb and Hunt into the game now. They'll give it to Kareem with Nick Chubb as a lead blocker, and this time Kareem's got the first down. Good fight at the end of the run as well to get the first down. That's a 12-yard carry, first down for the Browns. Yeah, that's true. Oh gosh, I forgot about that game. Did he come out and address that after that at all, James? Did he talk about it at all? Back to pass, spinning, firing left side, and it's dropped. Hit him in the hands, Harrison Bryant, and he just straight drops it. Back to pass. Watson spinning, rolling, and he'll throw it away. You got plenty of green grass. I don't like that he doesn't run. He doesn't tuck and run right now. To see if that's something that we can get him to do in our 2023 sim, play with his settings or something to try to get him to scramble more. Because you're right, he never just stands still and he never throws that thing away with all that green grass in front of him. I agree, Wendell. In real life, he runs for the first down. Or at least makes it look like he's going to run and try to get the defender to come up onto him and then throw it over his head. All right, down 20-12 now. Pickett will need another game-tying winning drive here, potentially, over across the middle, and it's just flat drops. So two big drops, one by Harrison Bryant and then one by Deontay Johnson on basically back-to-back plays. 3rd and 9, pressure coming. He takes care of it, swatted away. Look at that right hand from Grant Delpit. Great play. And the Browns will go 3 and out again here on defense. Really nice job, as they have, for the most part, shut down Kenny Pickett. And Darden will get that one to the 35. Yeah, James, I was just curious. And that's true. And that's the same thing with the Jets game. And there were everybody's like, I can't believe Nick Chubb scored, and like all that. I mean, like, plenty of other ways we could have won that game. Speaking of Nick Chubb, he'll run to the right side for 9 yards. And a good run there. We could feed Nick Chubb here for the last 11-14 if we wanted to. He is in the zone. They'll run him again against a run blitz. Oh, what a sweet little juke move. A hesitation. Watch him just kind of go whoop, kind of duck his head and get right past the blitzing lineman or the blitzing safety. That was a cool looking little move there. I do not remember Tom Darden. Wendell, is that a Browns player from yesteryear? Chubb breaking tackles left side, 45-40, 35-30 to the 25 to the 20. Nick Chubb, stiff arm to the 10 to the 5, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 5. Oh, that was a Nick Chubb run. Yeah, you're right, Mason. It kind of looked like a Euro step. Oh, sweet play. Look at Chubb. One broken tackle, spin out of it. Oh, show us the whole run. Second broken tackle. We saw the end. Look at that. 46 yards after getting hit in the backfield. What a run for Chubb. Oh. Okay, Browns on the 70s, rolling left. Watson throwing it out of bounds. 2 guys open in the back of the end zone. He throws it out of bounds. Big run there for Chubb. Now, 2nd and goal. Back to pass, Watson. Left side, short throw. Chief had himself a touchdown and he dropped it. Oh, the Chiefs. See you, Diablo. Have a good one, man. Go Browns. The Chief dropped it again, and this one it's caught for a touchdown, and he gets it right back. If Chief had caught that one against the I'm blanking out on the team that they played before. Oh, the Saints. We would be in this conversation too. And a beautiful throw, kind of a dangerous throw. I thought it was maybe picked. But Watson threads the needle there, and a beautiful touchdown pass. And he does, yes, redemption after he would have walked into the end zone for a touchdown. He gets the next one right back for the Chief. It is a little bit of redemption. And now with 9:53 to go, down 15, Pickett's in a real jam. And he will have to throw, and Miles and company can tee off. They'll actually run it to Najee Harris to the left side for 6 yards for reasons unknown. You're right. You're right, Mason. There's, I mean, on any given season, any team can say that. You know, James is talking about his Panthers, thinking about one crazy fluky thing. Like, it's so wild that just one stop here, one catch here, one, ball bounces this certain way. As Miles will get home, that ball actually comes out. They're going to say through it. I'm not sure how that's not a sack or a fumble. But it's not, and they'll punt. Yeah, it really is. It really is, Calvin. That's about right. 5 or 6 plays that ultimately potentially keep you out of the playoffs. It's just wild. Yeah, Wendell, I think he's saying that if because I mentioned if Njoku catches that touchdown against the Saints, Calvin mentions the Jets loss. And it could just as easily go the other way. What if York doesn't hit the 58-yarder to beat the Panthers in Week 1? I mean, it can just as easily go the other way. But, yeah, that's why it's a crazy game, man. That's why it's the most popular sporting event in this country, certainly, if not quite the planet with the soccerness, but. Because it's just, it's the ultimate reality TV. Is Wills is going to get whipped again. As Alex Highsmith will get back there again. I'm not sure why we're throwing the ball, actually, at all. Yes, that was what he was saying. If we win against the Steelers, if Njoku had caught that one, if we hadn't lost to the Jets as they blitz the farm again, and still just not sure why we're trying to throw the ball at all, as we'll go backwards before we punt. I don't know, Wendell. I mean, like I said, I do enjoy soccer. I'm a soccer fan, but I don't see anything overtaking a couple of years ago. They're like, here comes the NBA. And it's like laughable how much more that like a Jets and Broncos, where they're both 4-win teams, game will still do more than any NBA game would ever do. They just have the market on it because it's so finite. I think that's what makes it special. And the same thing with college football, but college football is just more regionally based, and there's so many teams, But what the NFL has done is they've been able to take essentially a 3-month product, 4-month product, right? And they make it important and relevant all year. As this one's going to be a fumble and picked up by Brian. As Deion Jones just knocked it out of Najee Harris's hands. First down, Browns. Let's go. And again, I love the Cavs too, and I loved when the Guardians were good. I think that the basketball season is too long. I think that the hockey season is too long. I think that the baseball season is way too long. And that's why they're so oversaturated. There's just so many games. Even college hoops, I think, is a better product than the NBA at times because you're only playing like 25 to 30 games, not 82. But I think that's why the NFL will continue to be king because, those 15, 16, 17 games or whatever, they mean so much. In the NBA, you can lose 50 games and still, lose 40 games and still have a chance to make the playoffs. So you can lose 80 games in baseball and still have a good season, So it's just, I think of it, it just means more. And again, it's so finite, but then they've got the draft and they've got free agency and they've got summer work. Like, they've found a way to make it important and exciting all year round. And everybody's so pumped for the beginning of football season because you've had like 8 months of lead up to get ready for it. So anyway, 3rd and 6. I'm not sure why Watson is still rolling around in the pocket. He's got lots of time though. And now he'll fire it late, and he's got a man, the Chief, inside the 5 to the 6-yard line, actually, outside the 5, apparently, as the Steelers just... Yeah, for sure, and I know your Hornets are not great, and so yeah, I'm sure that a bad Panthers team still gets way more clicks and views and eyeballs and revenue and
ad money and stuff than even the best of Hornets teams did. Kareem to the right side, and he'll be knocked down at the 5-yard line again. Browns just ticking the clock away now, which we appreciate. It looks like they are going to get out of Dodge. They will go 9-8 on our 8-9 rather, and they will hand Mike Tomlin. Oops, sweet little stiff arm there from Ernest Johnson, who was into the game. They will hand Mike Tomlin his first losing season ever as a Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, which is wild to think about at 8-9. I believe the tiebreaker will also put us in third place in the division rather than finishing last in the division. So that means we get the third place schedule next year, not the fourth place schedule, which can be better or worse depending on how you think about it. Better games, better chance at primetime games, stuff like that, but harder opponents potentially. Calvin, we talked about it a little bit earlier as well. I think that Mike Zimmer was probably the one I thought was going to be the most likely to take it, but he just signed on to be Deion Sanders as defensive coordinator at Colorado, so I can't see him like breaking his contract immediately to come coach. I know people have talked about Vic Fangio, and he's good. I think he's a good defensive coordinator, but he runs a 3-4. And I'm not sure if the Browns are ready to jump to somebody who wants to completely change the base system just because of the players that are currently on the roster. Same thing with a guy like Brian Flores. I think Brian Flores would be a great defensive coordinator, but he's also a base 3-4 guy. And so it just has to depend on what they do. Maybe somebody like a Jim Leonard from Wisconsin. If he's looking to make the jump, It feels like another guy from the 49er network would be good because they continue to be great. But that's where Joe Woods came from, and it hasn't been the same. Wendell, I will have to kindly disagree with you on that. I don't think Stefanski's going anywhere. I don't think he's even remotely on the hot seat as much as everybody wants to talk about it. I think if we're 8-9 at the end of next year, then we can talk about next year Stefanski's going to be on the hot seat. So chuck it deep to the end zone. Caught. Boykin again, another Hail Mary touchdown to Miles Boykin as they left the DB there out on an island. He just chucks this one deep, and John Johnson kind of gets turned around. Touchdown Steelers. But even if they did, Wendell, if they did for some reason, whether it's next year or the year after, whenever they move on from Stefanski, I am not a Jim Harbaugh fan as a coach. I would not go that route. If it were me making the decisions, somebody else can hire him, but I don't need that. Down 11 now, and the Browns will fortunately scoop this one up, and that should do it. Steelers do have 3 timeouts, which I'm assuming they'll call for reasons unknown. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, Mason. I think that Stefanski definitely at least gets next year, and if it's bad next year, then the seat will get hot. I don't know if that means in the off season next year. I suppose if they're 4-13 or something, then yeah, obviously. But I would say that if they do not make the playoffs next year, then it is a bust, and then you got to consider the benefits of running it back over the negatives of having to start over again. Chubb kind of getting pushed by Watson, and they will kick another long field goal here from the 53-yard line variety, 53-yard field goal rather for Cade York. Plenty of leg, and it is good for Cade York from 53. So the Browns will win this one. Looks like it's going to likely end up being 33-19, barring something crazy here in the last 48 seconds. Maybe like a pick six or another long, crazy touchdown for the Steelers. But this will make the Browns 8-9 again, not only in our sim season, but in real life. So we'll hold on to this one and see if they can get it done tomorrow. I don't think so, Wendell. Even in the game, I could try to put all the Buckeyes on one team. We talked about that before, but we have ended up not doing that. Pickett deep left side again, another drop by Deontay Johnson. But we appreciate everybody being on. You guys are the best. Again, thank you so much to our subscribers. Thanks for those of you who've been able to like the video. I know YouTube cares about those kinds of things as well, as this one's going to be incomplete again, as they keep picking on MJ Emerson, and he's happy to keep swatting it away. 3rd and 10 here. Again, make sure you join us on our Discord channel. There is an invite link in the description of this video. If you're not on the Discord channel with us yet, it's a good opportunity to know in advance of when we are simming, sometimes by days or hours, but at the very least 10 to 15 minutes before YouTube will let you know that we have gone live, which is always nice. Plus, you can chat with us in between sims about all things, mostly Browns, but other things as well. And then, of course, you can join us during the Browns games for some in-game chat as well, where we kind of chat and react real-time to those Browns games as well. So if you haven't done that, again, Discord is free and easy to use. You can use the invite link in the description of this video. Browns are going to get her done. They'll finish the season 8-9, as will the Steelers here. 33-19, another very good second half for Deshaun Watson after not a great first half. You can see there the scoring trajectory. Browns came back big time in that 3rd and 4th quarter today. Kenny Pickett, 27 of 53. 53 is way too many pass attempts for Pickett. 296, 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Najee Harris, 22 for 61. He did fumble twice. One of those the Browns actually got. He also led the team in catches with 6. Pat Freiermuth and George Pickens each with 5. Deontay Johnson with his 2 drops with his 4 catches, as well as Gunnar Olszewski, and then the 2 long touchdowns, both to Miles Boykin. Both of his catches, long touchdowns. Interesting there. Defensively speaking, no surprises. Devin Bush, 14 tackles, 8 for Jack and Highsmith. 3 sacks for TJ Watt, 2.5 for Highsmith, 1 for Larry O as well, former Brown, of course. But the Browns did not turn the football over, which was very important, especially because the Steelers did. 20 of 30 for 219 for Deshaun Watson, 2 touchdowns, and again, no interceptions. Chubb, 20 for 140. Did not get into the end zone. Feels like he should have. They gave that touchdown essentially to Deion Jones on the next play. 13 for 44 for Kareem Hunt. And the Chief, 9 catches along with a drop, 9 for 55 and a touchdown, 3 for Peoples-Jones, 3 for Bell, 2 and 49, including a touchdown for Amari Cooper as well here today. The sacks, unfortunately, were given up 3 by Hudson, 2 by Wills, so getting pistol whipped on the outside again. Wonder if this will be the last game we see Jedrick Wills in. We'll have to see how that would work. 19 tackles today for Deion Jones. He was very, very good. Miles with the sack and a half. Shared 1 with Taven Bryan. Winovich got a 1 as well, and then the 3 picks. Jones, Ward, and John Johnson. Jones took his to the house. Well, everybody, again, it's been fun. Really appreciate you being on. Enjoy the football today. Enjoy the football this weekend. Again, if you want to hop on the Discord channel, you can chat with us during the Browns game tomorrow, see what that looks like. But these are the matchups for the weekend. And again, still some playoff implications despite coin tosses and those kinds of things. But appreciate everybody being on. You guys are the absolute best. Thanks for the mods for helping to be on with the chat as well. But you guys are the best. Have a great day. Browns get the dubs, and they will finish 3rd in the division officially over the Steelers. So today, we will say, as we always do, go Browns!